Hi, friends. Today we are going to be talking about our first science unit, and it's called The Needs of Plants and Animals. So, this whole unit will be talking about what a specific plant and animal need to live and grow. So, we'll be doing lots about this same topic. Alrighty. So we have been asked to help this group of children right here who live in a neighborhood called Mariposa Grove. And we are going to help the children investigate what all plants and animals need. So we are going to be helpers of these kids from Mariposa Grove. All righty. So this is the field, and the children who live in this neighborhood, they used to enjoy playing in this area called the field. They used to, but now something has happened. So we are going to find out what the problem is. When the children used to play in the field, they would find so many of these. Do you guys know what these are? Monarch caterpillars. Say that with me. Monarch caterpillars. Wow, look at how beautiful its pattern is. So the people that lived in the community of Mariposa Grove, they decided to turn the field into a vegetable garden. Now that the vegetable garden is there, the children can't find any of the caterpillars anymore. So the caterpillars all are gone. I wonder what happened. I wonder why the caterpillars, the monarch caterpillars, are all gone from the field. The children in Mariposa Grove, they need your help. They want to know why. Why are there no monarch caterpillars in the garden, and how they can make the garden into a place where the caterpillars can live and grow again. So I wonder why the caterpillars left the field. In this chapter, we're going to figure out questions. So there's going to be different questions throughout our science unit, and this is our first question. So this is important that you listen. Why are there no monarch caterpillars since the field was made into the garden? So that's the big chapter question. We are going to be scientists. Do you guys know what a scientist is? Who knows? A scientist are people who study and learn about what happens in the world around us. So, in order for us to help these kids from Mariposa Grove, we're going to be scientists and figure out what changed in the garden and why no monarchs live there anymore. So, what changed to make the caterpillars leave? So, we're going to be scientists to figure it out and be problem solvers. We will learn new science words to help with our investigations. So now we're going to learn about one new word. So we're going to learn different words throughout this whole unit. So our first vocabulary word is scientist. So we just talked about it. A scientist is a person who learns about the natural world. So can you say scientist? Now clap. Scientist. Now whisper it. Scientist. Who wants to be a scientist? I wonder if any of you know any scientists. Scientists ask lots of questions to learn more about the world. So we're going to ask questions too in order to figure out why there's no more monarch caterpillars after the field was changed and made into a garden. So now we are going to ask ourselves bigger questions about living things. So what living things need to live and grow. So what do living things need to live and grow? So that's a question we're going to keep asking ourselves as scientists. When scientists have a question, they think about what ideas they already have. So let's think about what we already know about living things and what they need to live and grow. So what do you guys already know? What do we need to live and grow? What do your pets need to live and grow? What do bugs need to live and grow? So you have to think, what do we need? If we didn't have something, we would die. So think about the things you have to live. So now I want you to talk to someone at your house and tell them about what you think plants and animals in the garden might need. Okay, so or maybe even you could talk to a stuffed animal if you don't have a parent near you. So tell someone at your house what you know about plants and animals and what they need to live and grow. All righty. So, how do you think the plants here get what they need to live and grow? So, this is the new garden that was made in Mariposa Grove. I wonder what this garden needs. Maybe it needs water, soil, air. What are things that a garden would need? So, there are also many animals that live in the garden. So, how do the animals there get what they need? All righty. So now we are going to read a story. So this is called The Science Walk. So it talks about how a class of scientists learned about a place near their school. So I'm going to click here so we can learn about this book called The Science Walk. All righty. Let me sign in here so we can learn all about the Science Walk. All right, hopefully my book opens here. There it is. All righty, The Science Walk by Chloe Delafield and illustrated by Michelle Henninger. The Science Walk. Oh, there's the title page. It tells us the title again. Science Walk. All right, it looks like they're growing something. On Monday morning, Miss Lee's class settled down on the rug. The students took turns sharing what they did and saw over the weekend. Miss Lee recorded what they said. Juan said, I went to the park with my mom and sister. I saw people sitting under a tree eating lunch. Some other students said they were at the park too. Rose heard birds singing. Leo said he found a plant that smelled like honey. Miss Lee said, thank you for sharing your observations from this weekend. Making an observation is one special way scientists learn about things, and it means paying close attention. Then Miss Lee asked, what can you observe in the classroom? Students started pointing out things all around the room. I see a clock. I see some books. I observe the plant. Miss Lee said, using your eyes to see things is a great way to observe. When we observe like scientists, we use other senses too. In fact, we all have a built-in science kit to help us observe. Our science toolkit: sense of hearing, sense of smell, sense of sight, sense of taste, and sense of touch. As scientists, we make observations using our senses to touch, look, listen, and smell. That means fingers, eyes, ears, and noses are science tools. May raised her hand. I thought there were 5 senses. You only said 4. Miss Lee answered, the other senses taste. Sometimes scientists even taste things, but most of the time it's not safe to put things in your mouth. The next day, Miss Lee showed the students a science notebook. She told them that scientists often record their observations in notebooks. I recorded your observations from the weekend. Today we will go on a science walk and observe like scientists do. I will record what you observe on the walk. It was a warm, sunny day, perfect for a science walk. The students walked along the sidewalk, stopping to make observations. They saw different plants, including bushes, trees, grass. They also saw animals. There's a bird, said Rose. I see some ants on the ground, said Juan. Layla said, I see a big rock. What other ways can we observe? Miss Lee asked. Does anyone here smell or feel anything? They heard birds chirping, they smelled sweet flowers, they felt the wind on their faces. Miss Lee recorded all of their observations. Layla noticed a big plant covered in purple flowers. There were bees buzzing all around the flowers. The students observed the plant for a long time. A butterfly landed on a flower too. When they got back to school, Miss Lee showed the class the list she had made from their walk. I sorted your observations by what is living and what is non-living, she said. Living things include people, ants, and birds. Non-living things include rocks and wind. The students made drawings of the living things they had observed. They worked hard to remember the details of what they had observed and recorded them in their drawings. When they shared their drawings, the students had a lot of questions about what they had observed. Leo went first. I noticed that the bees were all going to a plant with the purple flowers. I wonder why the butterfly went there too. Juan wondered what the birds were doing when they were poking around in the dirt with their beaks. There are lots of ways to find the answers to our questions, Miss Lee told the class. Tomorrow we will read more and do our own investigation so we can learn more about butterflies and birds. All right. So then in the back of nonfiction books, nonfiction tells you real information. There's always a glossary, or most of the time there's a glossary. And a glossary is like a dictionary. So if there's big words that you don't maybe know what they mean, it will explain what the word means. So let's see what the words in the book are that they thought should be included in the glossary. Animal, investigation, observation, observe, plant, record, and scientists. So I'm going to talk about ones that were vocabulary words. So making an observation is something you notice using any of your 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch. And it says observe is to use any of these 5 senses to learn more about something. And then I'm also going to remind you about the word scientist, because we talked about it today. Someone who learns about the natural world. All righty, that was our first book in this Amplify Science unit, and it's called Science Walk. All right, so our purpose for reading was to find out what scientists in the book did to learn about a place near their school. So this class, they were scientists and they went on a science walk and they observed different things. All righty, so let's move on to this one. All righty, so what you guys are going to do is you're going to tell us about what plants and animals how they get what they need. And you could draw a picture and you can label your picture. So you will do this in your science notebook. You will find this page, the needs of plants and animals and how they get the things that they need to live and grow. And you can write, or you could just draw a picture too. And you could label your drawing, because some of us are writing, some of us are just learning how to write. So whichever works for you is fine. So we're going to talk about how do living things get what they need to live and grow. And we'll do it in our white Amplify Science workbook. All righty. Good luck, guys.